Think of like Reno 911 as zombies, but like super cool zombies. Like not zombies, but like zombies, you know? I'm reviewing Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice is the newest comedy horror from Tim Burton, and it is in theaters right now, or tomorrow, depending upon when this comes out. Soon. Of course, it is the sequel to 1988's Beetlejuice, and it is directed by Tim Burton, and it stars Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, Jenna Ortega. I could go on and on and on because the list of amazing cast members is long. I'm gonna keep this review as spoiler-free as possible because I don't want to ruin the film for you if you do decide to see it. And I think that you will, in fact, decide to see this film. The movie is set 36 years after the original Beetlejuice, when Lydia, her daughter, and her stepmother return to the family home after her father's death. So they return to the home to, you know, get everything settled and to have his funeral. And as it turns out, Lydia's daughter, Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega, finds the model up in the attic and things happen. And needless to say, the portal to the afterlife is opened again and Beetlejuice comes back, obviously. I mean, that's really not giving anything away because, you know, obviously the whole film is about Beetlejuice. That gives the smallest portion of what happens in this film because there's a lot more to it. There has been so much anticipation for this film. I know that I myself have been eagerly awaiting Beetlejuice Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice 2, whatever you choose to call it. And I will tell you right now that I had high expectations for the film and the film was far better than I even anticipated. I think this might be a rather quick review because I don't have a ton to say about this film. Obviously, this is a Tim Burton film, so you know that the cinematography and the style and the location and the entire look of the film is going to be, and it is. It's wonderful. I don't think there's a single Tim Burton film that I have watched that I have not liked the whole ambiance or atmosphere of. I have to give major kudos to the sound design because there were some spots where the sound played into it, some fishy sounds that were actually kind of made a situation grosser and funnier than it should have been, but it was very cute as well. All of the actors were phenomenal. Michael Keaton is back in full form as Beetlejuice. He doesn't miss a beat. He is completely back into that. Winona Ryder is great. Jenna Ortega is wonderful here. She's like got this soft spoken sweetness to her. Catherine O'Hara. I love Catherine O'Hara. She's wonderful. She's always superbly funny, and she is in this as well. I love that she's kind of softened as the stepmother, and I like the relationship between her and Lydia. Monica Bellucci is just exquisitely sexy and wonderful in this. She doesn't say much, but she doesn't have to. All she has to do is just be. She just has this like force within her. And actually, this would be a really easy cosplay, and I'm like, could I do it in time for Dragon Con, which is tomorrow? One that came out of nowhere for me was Willem Dafoe. He is very, very, very funny in this, and he has a bigger role than I anticipated. I don't want to give anything away, but I will say he is dead, and I do love the styling on him. It almost looks like a comic book or something, and it's very cool. But his character is really what sells it for me. He's very funny. He actually adds a lot of the comedy here. And then they have this police squad, and they were so cool looking. I loved the Ghoul Squad. They looked amazing. Now, I'm just telling you some things, but you don't know where they come in, and you don't know what they do. But I love the look of them. Think of like Reno 911 as zombies, but like super cool zombies. Like not zombies, but like zombies, you know? You'll know what I mean when you see it. That's all. If you thought the original Beetlejuice was weird and wild, I will tell you that Beetlejuice is Weird and Wild on crack, for sure. It is. It takes it to another level for sure. The original film focused mainly on, the home. We're in the home as the location and very little of the afterlife. This film, however, you spend a great bit of the film in the afterlife, and it makes it so much fun. There is so much creative quirkiness to this that just kind of blew my mind. How so many different characters look. There's even a small cameo from Danny DeVito. I'm not gonna give anything away about that, but you'll know it when you hear it and when you see it, and it's amazing and spooky a little bit. The shrunken heads are back, and back in a big way. And let's just say I'm totally Team Bob. Team Bob for life. He's precious. I adore him. The little shrunken heads are even better, of course, as well. So cute and so expressive. The film is PG-13, so there's not a ton of gore, but I will say there is a ton of implied gore, and there's some slime and gross things. The whole world here is really fleshed out and really clever and really well done, as Tim Burton has done in the past. And I am so thrilled to see this film, and I was so happy when I walked out of the theater. But I will tell you, I knew I loved it, but I was like, I have to process this film. This is crazy. What did I just watch? Wow. It was better than I anticipated, better than I expected, better than I ever thought it was gonna be. Because honestly, sequels are usually not that great. In fact, I might prefer the sequel to the original. I might, I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I probably am gonna have to watch them 1 and 2 and then decide, but there are some really amazing, wonderful moments in this. As on trend with this year, this is definitely a fan service film, but in the absolute best way. It's nostalgic, but it's completely new and completely different. It has nods to the past, but it has taken it into the future, and all of the characters have gone along with it. There are some absolutely hilarious musical moments, one with a serenade that I just loved. I thought was absolutely precious and so funny. And honestly, this movie gave me some ideas for my Spooky Town Village, so I might have to redo some of that because I've been working on that and it is looking really great. But I think I need to add a few things, so I might have to do that because of this film. Thank you, Tim Burton. Is this film perfect? No. There's some issues. There's some things that kind of came up and didn't really go anywhere. But you know what? This film was fun and quirky and entertaining with a little bit of spooky. It was exactly what I was looking for in another Beetlejuice film, and I would love, love, love now to even see another one. Seems like Beetlejuice coming back was even a little bit cooler and a little bit kinder, and I'd love to see Michael Keaton play him at least one more time. At least one more time. If you are a fan of the original 1988 Beetlejuice, then absolutely 1000%, I highly, highly, highly recommend you seeing this film. I think you'll really enjoy it. I think you'll find it a lot of fun. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be in my top 10 for this year. Although I feel like I've been saying that about a lot of movies and they can't all be in my top 10. But we'll figure that out. We got a couple months left for that. And more movies. That's fun. It's gonna be fine. I got honorable mentions I can do too. Do you like Tim Burton films? Did you like Beetlejuice? And are you planning on seeing Beetlejuice? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I really do hope that you have the most amazing day, my spooky darlings. I would like to say a big, wonderful, amazing thank you to all my Patreon members out there. I really appreciate the support and the help, and you're wonderful. Chris Mizzictino, Jimmy Hoare, Eddie, Janie McLaren, Jose Reyes, Phil Smith, Jim Kimmerling, Mickey B and Deal did. Could I? Probably not, but maybe. Maybe? I think I have the stuff for it, I'm just saying.